Hi YouTube. The reason why I'm doing this video is to talk about homosexuality. Some of the things that I struggle with homosexuality. A lot of people don't come up front. I I am to most guys a big woman, um, masculine or whatever the case may be. Not really masculine where I'm manly, but I'm stronger than most men. A little bit powerful. Um, my demeanor is different, and I guess with everything that's going on into society, they want to fit you into certain groups. So, because I was too strong to be a woman, they wanted me to fit into the group with men. And this is when the dark psychology come in, where they try to persuade you into thinking you're something other than what you are. And this type of persuasion can start at a young age because of abuse and other things that people have done to you that they didn't have rights to do to you. I always tell people, don't underestimate women. Don't ever think that a woman cannot be a predator to another woman or to children or to anything. Um, Sometimes women are the worst predators. Sometimes they're a worse predator than a man is. Um, you have to be careful, especially in this type of society. Growing up down south, where I grew up, where men feel that women have no value, and then there is a group of women that consider themselves as men that have lined up with the core values of these men, thinking that women have no value, even being a woman themselves. So, growing up into this type of set or antebellum type society, it took a lot out of me, emotionally. Um, and being emotionally deprived from what's rightfully mine, or being deprived altogether from what's rightfully mine, they wanted to put me into a certain group or category of homosexuality, of being a lesbian, of being attracted to women. And I never was, but all of this happens because of the psychology, the persuasion, and all of this stuff, where they try to group you where they want you at. She's too strong to be a woman. What man would, gravitate towards her, you know, or whatever, and stuff like that. So you go through those types of problems where they want you to be something that you are not, and you will somewhat give into that type of behavior, or start to question, like, all these people, you know all these people feel this way about you, all these people this, all these people that. And it's not the case. The case is, this is the cover up for the garbage and the stuff that we have done to you, the abuse that we have done to you. This is our cover up because of women abusing you, men abusing you, other people in your society abusing you. So this is our cover up, you know. And yes, originally your mindset, your persona, your personality is strong, but they're trying to weaken it with certain things with homosexuality. They're trying to weaken your persona. They're trying to make it seem as if you're not capable of making your own decisions. And you are. You're very much well capable of making your decision. And I'm not saying this to say this is the case with all homosexuality. All people that choose a lifestyle to be gay or choose to be in a certain lifestyle. I'm not saying that. I have not chosen that lifestyle for myself. My lifestyle is to be with a man and a man only. And at this point, I choose not even to be with a man, but rather just to be by myself and stand alone eternally. As a woman devoted to myself. Period. I don't see that changing at all with what I know goes on in my society, in my environment, and other environments, I don't see that changing. If it changes, it would be a case of dark psychology, persuasion, or whatever, manipulation, puppeteering, whatever you want to call it. That's what it would be. But I have chosen a life to stand alone and, take care of my family, raise my family to the best of my ability, and, socialize with just my social circle of friends or whatever the case may be, but not extending to the point where I'm in a relationship, I'm dating, I'm having sex, I'm doing any of these things, because I woke up to the truth about them all. For women today, you have to realize that it's a game played. Men don't care if you're persuaded into homosexuality. This is one of their fantasies. This is one of the things that they get off on. So they will promote it. What man doesn't want more than one woman, or whatever the case may be. And I would say the man that is wise would not want more than one woman. In fact, he may not even want a woman. He may only want himself to stand alone. But to those that do, I wish you great luck. I did this video more geared towards talking about the truth, and a lot of times in my video, I don't know why, I feel like they're just not getting straight to what I wanted to get to, but I'm trying to get to the point that the whole purpose of you having the issue of questioning your sexuality isn't you. It's outside influences trying to persuade you. I remember seeing a video, kid you not, and the video talks about psychologist students that went to school for psychology, and they would brag. They'll say by the time within 2 or 3 days, I will have my roommate trained the way I want them trained completely, because they are psychology majors. You have to realize that these people have mastered their art of puppeteering, mastered their art of persuasion. That's what a pimp do. That's what other things do. That's what people that want power, a lot of them that have power, they have studied this art. They have mastered this art of manipulation and manipulating others. Do not be manipulated into a sexuality that you are not. Because I assure you, whether you're conscious of the abuse or unconscious of that abuse that's happening to you, it is centered around that. It's a trauma that happened that gears you towards that. It's not actually you. And then on top of it is other people that have been traumatized themselves that want to cast judgment on you and say, oh, well, this is what you're supposed to be, because you decided to actually step outside of the box and be something else, or step outside of the box and choose a different lifestyle for yourself, or choose something outside of what others want you to be. We have to understand that in these situations, we have to be wise. I have seen some of the most greatest women fall prey and victim to the wrong things. Biblically, this is considered an abomination to God. Let's just call it what it is. Religious wise, it is. And me waking up to the Bible and the words of God is true, I realize it too. Nobody wants to say anything about the elephant in the room. I am. I don't have a judgment. I have gay cousins. I have gay family members. I have struggled with my sexuality as well, with other people trying to force and push a sexuality on me, manipulate a sexuality on me. I have went through so many different things, rape, all kinds of different things has happened to me by the same sex, different sex, and all of this stuff. So I can't tell you that I'm pro anything. All I'm gonna say to you, make sure it's your decision you're making and not a decision to persuade you to the wrong thing. You know, I love my family. I don't want any of my family members mad with me, but maybe, I don't know. But I love you guys. But I know for a fact some of the decisions that we have made in regards to homosexuality, in regards to anything, have not been our own decision, have been a decision of puppeteering of people's own lust other than yourself. And nobody can tell you that clearer than me. And I know nobody's going to say that. Now, for all of you that made that determination, see, because I believe that God sometimes give us that break where we can make a sound decision, and sometimes we can't because of addictions. And this is one addiction. Like I said, it's in the key of hoism. It's in the key of abomination. It's in the key of disgracing God. We're dealing with a whole different game plan that's played against a church. And a church is a group of people. Our people as a nation. And it has no color code to it. It has no race to it. It has no culture to it. It's just that's the game they're playing. To say that they're more righteous than you, or to say that they're better than you. So whether you're homosexual or not homosexual, I did this video to talk about what I've been through personally, abused by women. And they'll sit there and they'll pretend like they haven't abused you, and they'll look you dead in your face, whether they think that this is a way, or think that you have forgotten about the abuse that happened to you. They will look you dead in your face and care not what they have done to you. Predators, men, the same thing. They don't care. Guard yourselves. Don't have sex, whether you're gay or straight. Guard yourself. This is your season to guard yourself. Protect yourself. Guard yourself like you would guard a newborn baby that you didn't want to get raped, and it was a million people saying they want to rape them. That's how you have to be with yourself. You have to guard yourself like you're a newborn baby, and you don't want nothing to touch you, because nobody else is going to protect you but you. And it's your season to protect yourself. Let's not talk about you protecting your kids, because you know, in order for you to protect them, you really have to start with yourself, because no predator can get in the house unless you bring them in because they kids, or the kids bring them in because they think that they're children and they're friends. Be careful. It's time for you to prepare yourself to protect yourself. Stop letting people in your home. That's the first invitation they get when we let them in. And I can honestly say, even now, where they're talking now that we're homeless, even if we're renting an apartment, we're considered amongst the homeless class, because at any point they can raise the rent, do whatever they want to do, and we're out the door. So if you rent, you're considered amongst the homeless class. Just, you don't really have nothing. And if you're picking up a mortgage, hey, for 30 years, 40 years, that's pretty much what you is still, until it's paid off. And even after it's paid off, you're still a renter, because you got the taxes. But nobody looks at it that way. It's just an antebellum society. It's a society where we're all enslaved, and this has been the concept, the norm, and the manipulation and persuasion has been the norm. And I can honestly tell you, even in sexuality, it's no real freedom anymore. All the people that screaming, oh, we free this, we free that, I'm pretty sure you is. Because even once you exit out of this mindset or this setting, you're still going through the same thing. So you must prepare to guard yourself and everything. It's not like I'm done with that. I passed this and I've done this and I've done that. It's never really over. We fight every day. And to be totally honest, I get tired of fighting. I have to take a break. You know, sometimes the attacks start getting to me too much and I'll be like, look, I'm taking a break on this. No, I need a break. I need like 2 or 3 days. I'm sick. My body's sick. My mind's sick. My emotions sick. I need a break. And when I feel like that, I take that break for myself. And it's the reason why it's good to take that break for yourself. Because if you don't, you will break completely if you don't take one. I can honestly say to you, if you are a strong woman or a strong man, and when I say strong, don't think because you have feminine ways that you cannot be a strong man. They will do this to you. They will try to put you in that box. You know, oh, well, his stature isn't that big. He's a little skinny fella. So we're going to make him a woman. That had nothing to do with him being a woman. You get what I'm saying? Oh, well, she's a woman. She's sitting up there and she ain't scared of no dude. She be ready to fight big dudes, 6 feet, 2 feet. She don't care what size the dude is. She fight. You know, when you see this type of thing, they're gonna try to put you in that box. You see a dude, he's like, man, look, go ahead on somewhere. I'm not on what y'all on, and he's not really aggressive like that or whatever. But they are going outside of the box. They want him to be something other than what he is. They want him to be a woman. He's not a woman. That's a man. And a lot of women aren't at the level to understand that all of that is persuasion, dark psychology, and then they start doing other stuff. For a man, they may rape him to get him into that lifestyle. They may do all this different stuff to him to try to make him fall into that lifestyle. And we don't. I remember one movie I watched, and it was a movie, I forgot what the name of this movie was, but it was one inmate that was in the movie. He was a small guy and they were trying to turn him into a woman. And he said, they ain't gonna change me. And they went about beating on him. They would sit up there and put him in a room and beat on him, like till they can't beat on him no more, because they want him to willingly change as a woman. They're not trying to force you completely. They will force you, some of us that won't change at all and they know it. They will force you into the homosexuality. But for some people that they want them to just go along with the program because you can't break no more. Don't break. It's so many different things that have happened to us as a people that we're still not even conscious of, aware of, and it went on for years. And we're still not healed from it because we don't even know that we need healing. And nobody tells us this. We need healing. Our people need healing. All of us need healing right now in today's society. And being gay is not the answer. Okay? But if you are, I have no judgments for you. Only God can judge. Only the word of God can judge you. I have none for you. But be careful. Make sure it's your decision. And if you are, guard yourself. Because even if you choose homosexuality, that does not mean that you have to give into it. Because I know several women that have chose homosexuality and it was a doorway to abuse. It was only for them to make them HOEs at the end of the day. Honestly. And they had already done the damage before, but now it's even worse, and they continue forth doing it. So just be careful. Same thing with men. This message is vice versa. When you hear me talk about men and women, I know men that have went through what I've been through. I know women that have been through it. They don't change with sexuality. They don't change on the attacks against our people. This is an oppression of a people. And this is some of the doors that they're using. And it's connected to the churches in Revelation. See, they came with legions. They came with armies. Now, there's an army that's job is fully to persuade you to do whatever they want you to do. It's a part of the legion of Satan. It's against God's will. It's against your will. It's against what's best for you. And I'm an honest believer. When I start seeing people do stuff that I know they don't know is harmful for them, I have to speak out on it, because I know we all don't know how much danger we're in. And they don't care. I can honestly tell you, we're still dealing with covert here in my community. The leaders in my community don't care. They're ready to brush it up under the rug, even if it's still going on, and just go on with their regular day. It doesn't work like that. That's how covert became covert. It was years and years of brushing stuff up under the rug until eventually you made that mountain, and that mountain became the rock, and that rock will not be moved unless we move it. So we cannot not speak out on these situations. We cannot not talk about it. Little boys, little girls going to school, dealing with their teachers, dealing with outside influences, dealing with people that are molesting them. And the molester is making them think that homosexuality is the way, and it's not. The molester is making them think other things. The molester is actually puppeteering the person that's molesting that person. And when I say it's more to that, when I say this thing has layers and dimensions to it, it has layers, it has planes, it has dimension, it has legions. These legions have names, they have like layers to them. Like, you have so many legions that you're going through when you're dealing with certain different churches till it's ridiculous. So now we're in the church of whorism, and we're dealing with sex. Okay, so if you're having sex, they're trying to get you into hoism. Period. I don't care if it's with a woman, man, or whatever. This is the end result. So the legion is trying to persuade you to that. And it's a multitude of them. And it's different layers to it. You got the no good dudes that you're dating. And guess what? The dude sometimes ain't even no good. It's just the fact that he's being puppeteered, or somebody trying to step in and be a replacement. And I can't tell you any clearer than what I'm saying. Someone's trying to step in and take his role because he feel like he can't do his job right. So he's trying to step in and take you down to nothing. I don't know how else better to tell it to you. That's why I don't date. I don't end up in relationships, because I know women do the same thing. They sit back for years talking about how much they love you, they care about you and stuff. And the whole time you sick as a dog, you weak as a dog, your health slowly deteriorating, your strength slowly deteriorating. And it's deteriorating for a reason, because you have a legion around you that ain't for you. And their agenda is to push you into homosexuality. And it's biblically written in the Bible for you. But guess what? You're not going to see it, because you're not in contact with God's word, and you're not in contact with God's people in any way, shape, or form. And it's gonna seem like regular words or whatever, and that's not what it really is. And that's part of the reason why I do this YouTube channel, is to actually teach you what God is telling me. Because it's not just for me, it's for you. I'm so sick and tired of this antebellum society. I'm so sick and tired of being shackled and chained mentally, physically, emotionally, blindness, tasteless, smellless, spiritualist lifestyle. And guess what? There's a reason behind the reason why you can't taste. The reason why they don't want you to taste, so they can shove anything in your mouth. Reason why they don't want you to smell, so they can put that filth around you. Reason why they don't want you to see clear, because guess what? When you blind, you can't harm me and you can't put me in my place. So you're going through all of this just to get you persuaded to do whatever they want you to do. And homosexuality is one of those persuasions. I love you guys. I hope God bless you. I hope these words encourage you in every way. Have a great day.